Hey! And we're back. This is going to be part 2 of How to Protect Your Pin Bag series of films that I'm making. In the last film, what I did is I showed you guys how to protect your pin bags by taking one of these little personal alarms, clipping it onto your bag, and tying it off so that nobody will steal your bag. Well, unfortunately, I got a letter from the National Engineering Association of America who told me that I just made it way too simple, not complex enough, and therefore I almost lost my engineering degree. Well, I can correct that. I also got a couple of emails from my pin friends who love to share their opinions, whether it's wanted or not, who told me that, well, it's really cool, but people can see the thing and they can kind of unclip it, put it down, and take your pin bag anyway. They're right. I do need to make this a little bit more complex, and in order to do that, I'm going to need some tools. Now, I am licensed by the Engineering Association of America to use a drill. So we're going to be using a drill. The same little personal alarm that I used last time. I have already taken the little clip off the back, and it's really simple because it's got a little screw. You unscrew it and it pops right off. I have already lost the little clip on the back, and I have therefore had to substitute another little clip, which I am using nothing more than a picture frame holder, a couple of washers, piece of wood, which will make sense later, a Sony Walkman cassette tape player, a straw, one of these cute little containers that really holds nothing and has a little wooden spoon on the side. This one has a picture of a dog on it, a Nintendo Pac-Man game cartridge, and an 8-track tape of Saturday Night Fever. Okay, first step is take all the unnecessary stuff that you're really never going to use, it's for sale on eBay by the way, and let's get started. You are going to need to drill. What I am going to do is I am going to move the camera closer to the action so you all can see what I am doing. If I was on HGTV and Chase Dakota still has not answered my emails, I would have an assistant to do this for me. Let's pull it back just a little bit more. Here we go. Let's begin. We're going to need our pin bag. And I know we're going to be drilling into the pin bag later. The thought of some of you drilling into a $40 pin bag doesn't seem like a good idea, but it's okay. We've taken the pins out of our pin bag. Do not work with your pin bag fully loaded and all your pins are going to be flying and then you're going to be sending me emails cursing me. Now, I've already done the hard work. I've taken the clip off the back of my little alarm. We're going to take the piece of wood and we're going to insert it inside the pin bag so that when I drill into it, I'm not going to drill into my hand. Do not try to drill with your hand there. It is not a good idea. You will drill into your hand. These drill bits are very sharp. So we're going to insert our piece of wood right there. We're going to hold on to it. This is cloth. What will end up happening if you don't have the wood there and I put the drill bit here and I turn it on, more than likely the drill bit is going to catch onto the cloth, spin, and drive everybody crazy by spinning the bag around. Start off slow. Boom. Now we're into the wood. You don't have to drill through the wood. Once you're through, just pull it out. Take your wood and put it away. You are done. Now we've got a nice little hole in our pin bag. Oh, it's bleeding. Oh no. Okay, it's okay now. Now once you've done that, you're going to take your little alarm unit and slip it in there. Take the screw that you're going to be using and put it through some sort of a device that will hold it in place, be it the old handle. If you need to, you can use a washer. Putting a washer is a great idea because it'll give it nice good support so that this is not tearing it. If you don't use a washer and you just screw this onto here, like for instance if I were to take this and just decide, okay, screw in and screw it to the other side, eventually between you moving it, pulling on it, it's going to start to rip the bag and you're going to get really, really ticked off at me because you're going to have a nice big tear across your bag. Put some washers on both sides of the unit to make a nice sandwich so that this thing has some support and holds it into place. Now, since I lost my clip, I'm just going to use this one put my screw through it. Just shove it through the hole. If it doesn't go easily, that's good. That means you didn't make the hole big enough. Go ahead and screw it through. We're not really screwing into anything. We're just kind of screwing it through the cloth. Now we're through to the other side. I'm just going to throw the washer in there, and then I'm going to take the alarm unit and start it up, place it in the hole, flip it over, and tighten her down. Try to use the same screw that came with the unit. I have to improvise because I lost a screw. Don't use a number 6 screw and think that you're going to get away with it, because you'll probably drill right through the circuit board and this thing is toast. Now the screw that I'm using, I did it for simplicity. It's a little bit long, it needs to be cut, and that's exactly what I did with this screw. I cut it down the size so that it goes through here, through the washer, and grabs onto the unit. Now once it's nice and tight, if you look on the inside, your unit is mounted, it's good to go. You can store the cord inside the bag, close your bag up, and when you arrive, just open up your bag, take your little string out, tie it off to whatever, and now nobody can really see that it's there. If they do see it, there's not a heck of a lot of things they can do with it except to sit there and just either ignore it or try to pull the bag away. Still works the same way. If you pull the pin, the alarm goes off. Shut it off, put the pin back in. These little guys are really still loud. The reason that this one is not as loud as it was the first time that I did the video is because the battery is dying, because it was left in my car turned on. Now you've got a nice little secure pin bag alarm that no one can take off easily unless they really come with a screwdriver. I don't think a thief that's going to steal your pin bag is going to come prepared with a screwdriver, unscrew the unit, and steal the bag. This gets me back into the Alarm Association of America and the Engineering Society of America. Makes it a little bit more complex, not too complex. The things that I want to point out that are very important is, use the wood when drilling through the bag. Do not try to drill through the bag with your fingers. You will hurt yourself. Make sure the screw is not too long so that you don't go through the alarm unit and short it out. Measure it and cut the screw to size. Then go ahead and put it all together. Don't put the screw just through the bag. Use some sort of a support on both sides of the bag. If you just put the screw back into the unit, eventually in time, that screw moving back and forth is going to tear your bag. I guarantee it. That's it. You've protected your bag yet again. Pan back. And we're good to go. For phase 3, I'm going to show you how to protect this with nuclear weapons, just in case, just in case. As always, duck and cover, be happy.